guys, welcome to the Nine to Grind podcast. This is episode number 1, and we are starting this podcast, and I'm super excited for it. It's going to have a lot of cool content coming your way, a lot of information, and some fun stories out there too, especially with a lot of the careers that we're going to have coming up. And super excited to see a year from now where we're going to be. So it's going to be really good. And our first guest of today is Roger. Why don't you introduce yourself for us, man? That'd be awesome.
Yes, sir. Roger is what everyone since the fourth grade, I think, and on has been calling me. They didn't want to learn how to say Rogelio, I guess. But my name is Rogelio Valencia. Everyone just calls me Roger.
Yeah, for sure. Sweet, man. That's awesome, bro. And man, what do you do?
Now I'm just chilling. I'm running a little podcast on the side, but I did 22 years of truck driving over the road, local, and then I finally patched down into a super local in town job, or in California job, in town, but in the state, because that's how we call it. But in town, in the state, where I could come home every night. But yeah, I did do a lot of over the road. I did do a lot of out of state, and I did some oil field work.
Wow, man. So if how'd you like the truck driving business, man?
I think for me, I fell in love before I started truck driving. With truck driving. It's the normal kid watching looking up to his dad. I think I was like 9, maybe 10 when the old man jumped in the truck. My first ride along, I was like, yup, I want to drive one of these. Then hell yeah.
That's right. A memory of mine is one of my uncles is a truck driver, and I remember being young and getting into the big truck, and it was just like a feeling, dude. Like you're like, dude, this is the shit, bro. Like you're riding a plane, bro. You know, that's how I felt when I was there. But that's awesome. Now, obviously, you have some crazy stories.
A little bit. They kind of add up, right? 22 years. I think for me it was at the 22nd year, right inside 21st, going on 22nd. I kind of looked around and I said, damn, if I'd have killed someone and they gave me 25 to life, I think by now, being a good boy, they'd have let me out on parole. So I think I'm good. I think I've gotten where I wanted to get to financially. Stuff was paid off, and I was catching myself waking up at 1 a.m. for what? I can't drop off the kids. I can't have lunch with them. I can't see them after school. Like I leave at 1 a.m. and I don't get back till 6, 7 o'clock to knock out because I got to wake up again in a few hours. And I started, I think we're done here. Old lady looked around. She's like, yeah. Because I remember specifically that morning I woke up. I looked around. I'm like, she woke up and she looked at me. She's like, you ready? I'm like, I don't want to be, but it's midnight and a half right now. It's not even 1 a.m. And yeah, let's get ready. She's in the kitchen warming up some soup and getting my bag ready. And I was like, wait, where do we have to, aren't we good? She's like, what do you mean? And then she stopped because she kind of knew where the conversation was going. She's like, what do you mean? Why? So the soup immediately didn't continue being processed. She said, why? What's going on? I'm like, the fucking house is paid for. The account doesn't look too trashy. Why I gotta jump in this truck right now? Like it's cold outside. We went right back to bed. Now, 2 days later, I had to jump. I had to finish my route, right? I just took that day off, and then I told dispatch, hey, tomorrow, count me out. And it was planning. It was planning. What are we going to do? But I got back in the truck, and I think I needed not only to hear it from us, yeah, it's cool if you pull over, but also from the truck. The sun broke down that day. So, this is December 23rd, bro. I jump on it about 1:30 in the morning. I'm on the road. I get my first load done. I'm thinking, all right, because I missed yesterday. I want to cover that last load. I called dispatch. Like, oh, yeah, there's another one. Go get it. Mind you, by the time I'm done with this first load, I've already punched in 11 hours. But I'm thinking, no problem. It'll just be another 9 for the other one. Or even if I just preloaded, I'll go and come back. The truck said, boom, right? The fan clutch came off. Blew up it messed up my radiator. It made a big old mess. I pull over, and I just started talking to them. I'm like, what the is your problem? Like, I'm getting ready to retire you, you fuck. And now you're gonna cost me a chunk of change. Like, I just got done telling the old lady the account ain't. And here goes a $1,700 tow plus whatever the parts are gonna be, which ended up that whole gig cost me $6,000.
Did you say $1,600 tow?
1,600 for I think it was I was in Lost Hills to Bakersfield, about an hour and a half with tie downs and all that shit. But to drop me off at my yard, it was a juicy $1,690 something bill. Then the next morning I knew no, but my mechanics they were already at Christmas. You know, we celebrate Christmas on the 24th, and by the 23rd and on, if you're doing good, you're not working anymore. So I called them, no answer. I'm shooting him a text. Hey, broke down. Is the shop open? No reply. I'm thinking it's Christmas. He's probably already in Mexico. I don't know where he's from actually, but he's probably already back home chilling, hanging out. So I left it alone. I went back to the yard the next day. I grabbed my stuff, and I talked to the damn truck again. I'm like, you little bitch, I can't believe you broke down on me on this will be my last raw. You know what I mean? Finished the year strong. We still got a few days left. I think he replied like on the 27th. Hey, I'll be back in California on the 20th. He was out of town. I don't know where, but he was out of town. 28th, they start working on it. They shut down again for New Year's. No, I got it back. I got the truck back right before the 1st. I got the truck back on the 30th. And I thought to myself, what am I going to do? Go with one load? Because now it's Christmas, New Year's Eve. They might not even work us. So I did. I ended up working the 30th. I did go do one route. And that's when I kind of started telling dispatch, hey, man, I think I'm going to be all right. I think I'm going to pull over. Oh, what's going on? Why? No big deal. Like, if you need to take some time off. I'm like, yeah, but I was also in the process of, because we wanted to build a house, right? Sell this house, get the proceeds, buy a lot, start building. And honestly, I can't really be in two places at one time, especially with one requiring a minimum of 12 hours a day. So I told them, give me a month, man. I'll drive the trailer back to your yard and give me a month, just so I don't call in sick for a month, or you got your trailer parked at my yard for a month, not making you any money. Give me a month. We'll see what happens. It was retirement time, bro. I looked at that month. I started like taking the kids to school. What the fuck? I started making breakfast. I didn't know how much in love I was with making breakfast till I started making breakfast. The kids are like, hey, are you making breakfast? I think I am. Wait, what do you guys want? But I after that 1 month, I said, nope, I'm good. Oh, lady's like, well, it was your turn. You finished a couple courses, and then it was my turn. I finished my whole entire, college and started her career. Maybe it's your time. My time for what? I'm almost 40. What do you, go finish your school. Go finish your school and see where else you can go. It's time to change careers. I said, orale, because the last patch of truck driving I did, bro, I was hauling poop. And you thinking animal poop, right? Like out in the no, me and you, flush, and it goes to a waste center, and they separate the solids from the liquids, and they throw the solids in my trailer, and till you got to go dump it in the fields. Yeah, so I thought, you know what, you're right. I'm not really in a hurry to go haul poop anymore. Let's see about changing careers. Why not? I think it's time.
That's awesome. So you got your trucking license. How old were you when you got that?
19 February, I think 3rd. I walked out of that industrial DMV in Riverside, I think it was. I could get the city wrong, probably. It's out there in the Bernardino area. February, either 3rd or 4th, but of 2003. February of 2003, I called my old man. He was mad as all hell, but I called him like, hey, I passed. He said, I'm in Fontana. You want to roll? I was like, yeah. Where do I leave my whip? He said, just drive to the yard and I'll pick you up. I said, hell yeah. That shit, from that day right there, he coached me about, I think, 3 weeks, the route, how to tie down, how to tarp. We were in flatbeds when we first started. The tarping, that shit was heavy as fuck. Dude, I was like, dude, I like the driving. I don't like the waiting in line to load. I don't like the tarping. This shit is fucking heavy. I don't like the tie downs. Like, I'm scared. What if I don't tie it down right? Don't worry, we're gonna train you. That's what the 2 weeks were for. But February of '03, and shit, man, I think only once I looked back, but 2017, I worked a little bit of the lot business, just a little bit, and saved up, bought my own truck, and went right back to the grind.
So your dad was a truck driver as well too, right? Yeah, that's awesome, man.
And I
That's
think
really
that's
cool.
that's where I'm stuck with my son. That
Yeah,
he
yeah,
saw
yeah.
grandpa, he saw dad, and the fight about college is just
Yeah.
it's rampant right now. But
Yeah.
it yeah, 2003. I don't think I looked back. I did have a couple breakdowns, a couple scary moments where I'm like, wow, what the hell am I doing out here?
Yeah.
Calling one of my uncles, hey man, you still got them little chingaderitas?
Yeah, yeah.
I need a pack, man. I need a carry because
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be staying in some places here that just
Oh,
don't look friendly.
interesting.
But
Yeah.
looking back with that bye bye life, I'm gonna be a truck driver.
sure.
I'm bending into not being afraid. Because
Yeah.
what am I supposed to be afraid of? Bending into the okay, I guess I'm not partying with y'all today because I got
Yeah.
a long route or I'm going somewhere else. I
course.
started bending into that life
Right.
more so than the looking back. The looking back, 2017 is because of the crash.
Yeah.
We went to, I was in the oil fields at the time. They sent us to North Dakota. They wanted to send us to Texas, to Utah, because there was no work here.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh, none of this kind of work.
Yeah,
Shit,
yeah,
I
yeah.
could jump in a pony tomorrow and I'll find work for my truck. Like
Correct.
I sat down with the old lady again. Hey, I think this isn't working. Like the oil fields
Yeah.
it's too crazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have you on call, and in a 2 week period they called you twice.
Oh wow.
Hell no, that's
Yeah.
not even minimum wage when you gather up your week.
Yeah,
Or your
exactly.
they paid bi-weekly there, but when you gather
Yeah.
up your weekly here, we're a little short.
For sure.
And it was like, okay, well, time to look around.
Look around,
Cool,
yeah.
just a different type of truck driving. But
Interesting.
I always knew if the oil fields picks up, it's where I can come back and make a little fortune or make
Okay.
that little bit to buy my own pony. Because
Gotcha.
sometimes they kept you there all down. Sometimes, hey man, are you really still out there? Yeah, I'm still out here. I'll share my
Interesting.
location because they
Yeah.
keep you out there for a while. But in that particular moment, I was wondering where to. Like, what do I do? This on call ain't working. And from previous jobs, moving cars, or I'm not too sure exactly, but I ran into the car business.
Yeah.
So when I sat there kind of looking around like, shit, what do I do? Or maybe I should go back to school right now. Because at the time she was in school, so it was hard for the both of us.
Oh, I see.
I still needed to make sure I was going to make a check,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
And I got into the car lot business for a little bit, 2017 and a little bit of 18.
Yeah.
I sold. And after that, another buddy of mine had a trucking business. So I jumped on his. I liked the route. That's how I ended up in ag.
Okay.
I liked the route. I liked the pay. I liked the fact that I could come home every night. Like that didn't
Oh,
exist.
cool.
That didn't exist in trucking
Yeah.
to in my life to that point because come to the oil fields. They give you weekends off every now and again.
Yeah.
Or come to the oil fields. You'll be home more often.
Yeah.
Bull fucking shit. No, I
Really?
wasn't. So finding a route that did allow me to come home a bit
Yeah.
more, I said, yeah. What kind of pony do I need for this route?
Right.
And that was my last spree, about 7 years of it, 6 and some change of working with him for a little bit, then working for another guy that worked for him for a little bit, and then I think I did one more. Oh yeah, I did one more oil field spree to save
Okay.
up for the pony, and then I
Nice.
bought my truck and went right back to ag.
That's sweet, man. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. A long journey there. That's
Long,
for sure.
man. You know what? In 22 years, and it's only because I don't remember, right? Because I blinked, and I had teenagers at the house.
Yeah.
I blinked, and I remember it was another breakdown, right? I'm an owner operator now. I broke down. I'm calling the wife. Hey, I have a buddy of mine who's a tow truck driver,
Yeah.
a semi tow truck driver. I call him Tomater, like
Tomater.
from Cars. Hey, man, I gotta call
good.
Tomater and tell him to come over. What happened? Turbo blew out, but just make sure there's money in the account so I can make this transaction.
For sure.
So I call him up, and yeah, man, pick me up from this breakdown. And when I called to make sure that she had made the transfer, I said, hello? Hey, he's on his way. He's going to be here in a little bit. I hear a voice in the background. Okay, I'm ready. I'm like, who the fuck is at my house right now? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, dude, like shit.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like, what are you talking about? It's Xavier.
Oh,
My
dude.
son, right? That's not his name. It's my son Xavier. She's like, yeah, it's your son. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
damn, he talks like a dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's when I kind of like double blinked and said, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
They're about to move out.
Yeah.
And what am I still not done with this journey?
Yeah.
What do I need? A couple let's say moments before everything was paid off. I still needed to go back to work.
For sure.
But I started realizing, I'm like, wait a minute, like how long have I been starting using my fingers here?
Yeah.
I'm running out of this hand. I'm running out of shit, man. I've been doing this for 20 plus fucking years.
It's a long time, man.
Can I pull over? Can I not? Can I just change? What can I do?
Yeah.
But it was more so because I heard my little one. He's the second one of my two boys. I heard the little one sounds like a man already. Holy shit. It's got to be time, or I got to hire someone, because I'm either gonna pull over or hire someone. But either way, I got to be home a little bit more.
For sure.
It's my turn.
No, I get it, man, for sure. So that's awesome, man. You had quite a journey there. Definitely went by fast. Went by fast for sure.
I feel like it did, right?
Yeah.
At this end of it.
Yeah. Now, a question for like the viewers, for example. I'm sure a lot of them are gonna wonder, because I'm sure they hear, because I've heard of it before, like, oh, the trucking business is good. These guys do very well. For the viewers, do you recommend the trucking business to them? A lot of people are saying right now, I hear a lot about it's not good right now to get into it. Some say that, I see that they're doing very well. What would you recommend for someone, as one of the viewers, to, like, if they really want to get into it, should they get into it?
I think when it comes to truck driving, well, I think at this point, and I learned this the hard way, right? I think you need to either fall in love right away with it, or already be in love with what you're going to do.
Okay.
I look at it not as a heartbroken individual now, but this hyena took me out for a long dance.
Yeah.
She spit me out. She fucked me up. She violated me. She did all kinds of things to me. But I think during all those, me being stuck on the road, me breaking down, I was in love with it.
For sure.
Even I get, if I felt cheated by the business, right, I forgive her. She's really good, and I like her. But you can get into trucking and make a lot of money.
Yeah.
You can also get into truck driving and invest a lot of money and not make shit.
Gotcha.
And I'll tell you that on my very first run, 2004, I bought my first, I opened up my first business in 2004.
Okay.
Got my first truck in 2005, and it was a flop. It was hard. George Bush was stupid. So we crashed in 2008, 2009. And I was super new to the business. That little wave brought me down with it. That's when I jumped into the oil fields for a little bit, to either, again, save up again to come up with my own truck, and so on and so forth. But it's a business that I think going into it, like, say you're young, like I'm looking at my son at this point, with his idea of wanting a truck drive. Go for it. Don't try to have a wife and kids right away. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. I wasn't married. I didn't have any kids. I was 19. I had a girlfriend, if you will, at the time. Yeah. But even that's hard, because where are you at? Well, I'm on the road.
Yeah.
Are you really on the road? And you could lie. But no, sure. but it's a toll no matter what, because the fidelity shit starts to come up, and if you want to, it does give you a lot of time to do it. You just gotta lie about being at work, I guess. But if you don't, and you're really just trying to get your work done, you're really just trying to provide and come home, for sure, you're gonna be gone the same amount of time. Where once you get past a certain 2-3 hours of you missing, the suspicions start. Yeah. So even if it's 7+ after, or a whole day, because I had to sleep in the truck, she's going to imagine I slept with like 5 different hyenas in there. And so long as she thinks that they're cute, don't put me in there with no ugly ass girl. But it's a toll, because let's say you let's say he falls in love at 16. He has his girlfriend in high school, and then in between he goes to trade school, right? He goes to truck driving school.
Yeah.
She's gonna have to put up with that. That's the part where I'm like, are you sure you want this? Because
Correct.
dude, you gotta inconvenience a lot of people when you're a truck driver. Like,
Yeah.
just ask your mom.
Yeah.
Every single time I was home and I had to wake up to go to work, I don't know. She woke up with me. Like, are you like gonna find someone who wants to wake up with you? Like,
Yeah.
getting your lunch packed is important.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you have a local route, right? But
sure.
it's a toll because you can get in and make a killing. My first
Gotcha.
year back then, I think I made 52,000, 56, something like that.
Yeah.
But as a young kid,
Yeah.
you're getting these $1,000 checks every week. I love it. Let's go,
Yeah, yeah.
party time.
Let's go.
In the aspect of, okay, well, if you want to do it, make sure it's not to fuck off your money, because as fast as you make it, you could get rid of it. Now,
Gotcha.
if it's gonna be like, again, a chosen job, whether it's you being a plumber or you being the guy who unflushes the toilets,
Yeah.
that's a career, because
For sure.
you picked that job. You chose to do that.
Yeah.
Now, one of that particular example that I bring up to him is, yeah, but you fell in love with being a truck driver. I said, yeah, son, being a truck driver was the dream. It never mixed itself with hauling shit for a living.
Yeah.
So yeah, the dream of being a truck driver is there, but now I've got to stomach that and mix it with. I was supposed to be hauling Ferraris, son, Lamborghinis, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
hauling poop.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
mind you, when I say we, because he was riding along with me, when I was doing hot shots, I actually did get a chance to haul one of the Lamborghinis for I think the
Nice.
Fast 8.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
F8 or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. For sure.
I took pictures and all that shit.
Awesome,
My
man.
son was like, it's one of those movies where, yeah, I know what movie it is, bro. I just didn't know they were already at 8.
That's
I saw the
awesome,
first
dude.
2. Damn.
Nice.
They have 8 of them? I got a phone call from, I forget the name, but he said, hey, it's Fulano de Tal. I'm the producer. You got my car on board? I was like, oh my God. The producer, yeah, I got your car, big dog. I'm Rogelio Valencia. I'm the driver. Right? Because I thought we were introducing to producer to what? Oh, bro, this car's coming. I think it was going to Van Nuys. It was going to one of the studios.
Yeah.
If you can get that car to me by 7 in the morning, I got an extra crispy, brand new $100 bill for a tip waiting for you. I looked at the bill for what the car was paying. I'm like, that car's already paying good enough. Hey, how much? He was like, oh, extra $100. Yeah, I'll be there. Shit.
There.
But
awesome,
I
man.
didn't know that it was because they wanted to rush the car to LA to add the explosives or whatever, the little
They gotta film and
chingazos that they're
everything,
gonna put on it for it to. They blew the car up in the movie.
Oh, dude.
Bro, they blew the car up in the movie.
That's that's
So
painful.
that was, I mean, there's those kind of fun instances in my truck driving career.
Cool.
More for me, it was when I was showing him stuff. Again, I didn't know I was showing him for him to want to be a truck driver. But it was fun bringing them along. Oh, that like when I was being the tag along to now having the tag along, 2 different worlds.
Gotcha.
2 different worlds completely.
That's cool, man. That's what's up. So one of the questions that I had written down was, as a truck driver, should you own your own truck or should you just drive for someone else?
Damn, that one's down to you, I think.
Yeah.
When it comes, I guess, second generation, right? When I jumped into my pops' truck, every other driver my dad had thought that I had it easy.
Okay.
Like, fuck no. I'm on the same route you guys are on. And if anything, I'm probably getting the worst route of the fucking routes, right? I'm still the new guy here. But it was more so because I never worked for someone in the truck driving industry. I worked for my dad,
I
worked for me. So when it
yeah.
was time to work for someone else, I thought, nah, fuck no, I'm gonna get fired. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna say something stupid,
Gotcha.
or I'm just gonna slide this dispatcher right across his freaking face. In order for me not to be in a situation where that could happen, I needed to own my own truck.
Gotcha.
So it's per person. I think
Flexibility, probably.
If you can be like, all right, boss, wherever you want. I'll go wherever you want.
Okay.
But for me, it was like, especially in the oil fields, right? Requesting a day off meant like one of the supervisors' balls was about to fall off or something.
Oh, shit.
And I needed to tape it back up before he can sign my fucking day off. Like, man, fucker, I'm grown.
Wow.
I have 2 kids at home. One birthday's coming up. I'm just filling out the form because it's procedure. I didn't know it was asking for permission.
Yeah.
Oh, we're low on driver. Well, then hire more.
Yeah.
Because it's my son's birthday and I'm not going to be here. The response in that particular case was, oh, really? So you're just going to abandon your job? We'll cross that bridge the day after.
Yeah.
If I'm here, I'm here. If I called in, I called. If I forget to call, but here's my request for the day off, and I'm not going to be here.
For sure.
Let's say for that particular answer, I would say it's per person. If you can stomach, being told what to do all the time, cool. If you're flexible in that regard, cool. If you don't want to spend obviously your own money, then cool, because that's the part that's heavy.
Yeah.
Having to be your own boss is heavy.
Yeah, those trucks are pricey for sure, man.
Oh,
definitely.
Yeah.
So let's let me ask you something a little bit more probably off topic, but I'm sure you've seen some crazy stuff on the road.
Oh yeah.
So let's touch base on that too. Because I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff just driving in town. Now I could imagine being on the road, almost 24/7. I would say it could get pretty crazy.
Oh yeah.
So what would you say is probably one of the craziest things you've seen? Like where you were like, whoa.
I think for me, I have a crazy story that happened to me. And it was, again, I was in a hurry to grow up, right? I've got a truck now. My pops has set me free.
Yeah.
Jump in this truck. This is you. But I'm going to make dispatch give us the same load. Why? I got this. I'm a big boy. Two more weeks, you follow me around. And I thought to myself, probably damned if dispatch has 2 loads of the exact same route to please you. But I'll follow you around. Which, again, I still needed the coaching. I know I do. But I was just in a hurry to grow up.
Yeah.
On one of these particular almost 2 weeks, right? I'm like, Pop, he doesn't have to go into the same spot. It's cool. I'll take the Ontario there was an Ontario, and then there was an out-of-state one. I can't go out-of-state. I can't go out-of-state till I'm 21.
Okay.
So my dad's like, look, man, I'm just going to have you take this Ontario load.
Okay.
I'm going to be going, I think it was Vegas. I'm going to be going to Vegas. So up until I think it was the 58, like, just be real close to me. Like, for what? I got this. The whole entire drive down on the CB radios. All right, well, here comes, my split. And just, please be careful. Dad, I got this. Don't worry about it. I'm good. Yeah, déjame. The split goes off. Oh, and his other truck was following him. They were both going to Vegas. I was going to Ontario. Nice. The other truck that he had was coming up north. So they split off, and I can still hear him on the radio talking as it's kind of fading away. His driver has, man, see you later. Drive safe, blah, blah, blah. All right, see you later. He said, I can barely hear my dad say, hey, can you still hear him? Tell him to be careful. He didn't tell me nothing. But, bro, as soon as I can barely hear him responding to the other driver, pow, goes a fucking tire on the trailer.
No,
No like instantly,
way,
I went to call for my daddy.
Yeah.
Right? I thought I was a big boy. I thought I had this. I'm good, right?
Yeah.
Pow, I hear, I don't know where the fuck to look. I'm like, finally look in this mirror. And it's this tire's just
spinning,
shredding apart into pieces. So, no shit. I get on the radio, I try to call my dad, nothing. I'm like, fuck it, then I grab the phone. So I start telling him, Dad, this fucking thing just blew up. I don't know what happened. Calm down. Tell me what you see. All right, well, on the split axle outside, there's no rim. Or there's no tire. It's the fucking rim is just floating in the air. No problem. You're coming up to, he knew the exits. I mean, I know him now, but he knew the exits. Everything that was coming up next. Right. Don't worry about it. There's another driver behind you, another one of his drivers behind you, a couple hours behind you. Stay there. He's going to come aid you. I'm calling him right now. I'll call you back. I didn't even want to hang up the phone, bro. You can just three-way him. Like, I don't think you should hang up the phone with me. I thought I was a
Oh,
big boy.
yeah.
I thought you were a badass.
Yeah.
So let me just call him and let him know because I don't want him to pass where you're going to be at.
Yeah.
You're sure that exit's coming up? And he's telling me,
Yeah.
yeah, it's coming up. Okay, bye. And I'm sitting there like a baby all over again.
No
What
way,
huevos,
dude.
bro? They were in my throat. I'm finally looking. I see the exit he's talking about. I was like, Papa, there it is. There it is. I pull this fucking thing over. He says, you can't drive too long because then maybe the other one will pop. Like, you fucked me up. You shouldn't have told me that.
Oh,
I
shoot.
wanted to fly to this fucking exit, bro.
Yeah.
I finally get there. I get looped around, park exactly where he told me to park. And I call him back. I say, I'm here. I'm pointing north in the exact direction you told me in between the two. Okay, he's about an hour away from you. I just got off the phone with him. He told me what exit he's on. So that tripped me out. I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you know that was an hour away? Like
Yeah.
because he knows the exits, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. I go in, I grab some food. I call him. I was like, hey man, did my dad tell you? Yeah. What happened? I thought you were good. You don't need your daddy. You want him to get turned around? I told him to turn around for you. I'm like, don't be stupid. Just are you on your way? He's like, look, Morro, this is what we're gonna need. We're gonna need this, and this. Go to you're right next to a gas station that has a trucker's section. Go in there and grab these items. All right, cool. Which was starter fluid.
Okay.
Starter fluid, and then there was two other things. But one of them was lube or some shit.
Yeah.
The ones that we put on the fifth wheel.
Yeah.
Or it's like Lucas, right? Like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
grease.
Okay.
So I go in there, I grab all the stuff, and he didn't actually use the grease. He grabs my spare, he puts it on the rim, he uses my bar that we were using to tie down. I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck is this fool doing? He said, do me a favor, you grab a 4x4 out of my trailer. He said, drive forward until I tell you. All right. Drive forward so that the outside tire gets on the 4x4, and now he's got room to put this pinchy tire. Bro, he had me fucked up the whole time.
Had the mañas.
Like the mañas,
yeah,
on
yeah.
lock. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
what?
yeah.
I'm never gonna learn this shit, bro. I did, but that was my first instance where I'm like, what the fuck? The sun's going down. It's about to get dark. Is this one gonna finish on time? He said, back up, morro. It's good. Got I had to buy a wire line because I didn't have it on that truck, where we connect it to the e-brake or to the service line, and then it just blows air out of that. It's like a long hose.
Yeah.
I bought that. I bought the grease, and I bought the spray.
Sweet.
So finally, he gets the tire on there. He slaps the hose on there, and then he fires up the starter fluid. Says, back up, morro. It's gonna get hot. All right. And it just blows into position
Pops
and
right
starts
on.
collecting air.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
That's awesome, dude.
Same thing with this guy a couple months later on a belt.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck does this fool fix shit like Mickey Mouse than hell, but
Yeah.
to get us to a safer, to get us there, because the tire that was my dad it said there's a spare tire on there. I went to look at that spare tire. I'm like, if there is no rub left on this thing, it'll get you to where you gotta get to.
Yeah.
Lee. I said, okay.
Dang.
But that was pretty crazy, bro, to just see this fool like blow the tire. You're gonna blow the fucking tire up. Like, you blow the fucking boom. And it just inflates into place to start grabbing air. I'm like, huh? Oh, well, this one had a cigarette in his mouth. It didn't fall off. Nothing took a hit. I'm like, yeah, you give me one here, man. I fucking need one. I'm so
need one right
nervous.
now.
I'm gonna tell your jefe. At this point, I don't think I care. Give me a fucking cigarette, man. Shit, I need to calm down too.
That's crazy, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, I bet that's one of many stories you have out there, man. That's crazy. I mean, I've been following. I've kind of actually learned a lot about the business. My brother's actually a truck driver too. He drives for a company at night, so he does like graveyard shifts or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
So he does it Monday through Friday. So he gives me a few stories and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting stuff, man. Yeah,
Nice.
definitely.
Is it like an oil field company or what?
He's driving. What is he driving, man? I don't even know. No, convenience stores like 7-Elevens.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah,
they do
so
have a cool night shift.
Yeah, so he pulls in, and then he drops off merchandise and stuff to the gas
Yeah.
stations and all that cool stuff. So it's pretty cool, man. Pretty interesting stuff. But yeah, he tells me a few stories and all that good stuff. But he's been thinking about getting his own truck and stuff like that. But he's weighing his options as far as, the responsibility of, you got to get I guess what the dot something,
Oh, you
the
gotta get a bunch of stuff.
truck, the
Yeah.
insurance, the
Insurance. Yeah, you gotta pay your premium. You gotta get your permits.
permits.
Local, which is state. Then
Yep.
your federal, which is to leave the state and
Yep.
stuff like that.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, I always made a trucker salary. Even
Okay.
when I had my own truck. This
Yeah.
is another thing maybe for your bro to weigh out is
Yeah.
if let's just say simple numbers, right? If right now he's making $1,000 a week driving, when I bought my own truck and asked around like, hey, same route, what does he pay you?
Yeah.
Oh, he's paying us, $260 a day, $250 a day, whatever it may be at that time. I always just gave myself a little more, right?
Okay.
If you're at $1,000 a week,
Yeah.
I probably gave myself $1,200, $1,300. But I
Gotcha.
always kind of paid myself a driver's salary
Yeah.
just because this unit is going to need you.
Yeah.
So instead of it needing me and my wife's account or me and my account where I have our stuff coming in and out,
Yeah.
it had its own account.
Gotcha.
Like something breaks down, and there was an instance too where it didn't have any fucking money, and
Gotcha.
obviously we did. So I'm like, hey, I have to cha-ching a little bit. It's like a loan, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we're screwed over here. I got to get the truck back up and running. But I always
sure.
still made a driver's salary, a little, with some glaze on top, if you
Interesting.
will.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's pretty
So
interesting.
he's got a lot of stuff to weigh out. Permits,
yeah.
premium,
Yeah.
starter, and fuel money, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
fuel money.
Yeah.
Because again, you gotta get a card and shit, but that's why in truck driving, you gotta get paid weekly.
Yeah.
Because the fuel man card will shut you down. Hey,
Yeah,
where's
yeah.
my fatty? Every
What's
Sunday
up?
they shut you down. Monday they're expecting their fatty.
That's it.
You better pay Sunday night or you don't get no gas on Monday.
That's right.
So, and again, unless you have cash and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
that right there is where you should do most of your homework.
Gotcha.
If you're gonna find you a route, for example, the route that I found at the very end of my career was a route that paid me what I was getting paid in my other routes, except I wasn't never coming home.
Oh,
I was always
see.
gone. I was always
Gotcha.
sleeping in the truck. I was always out of town or gone.
Yeah.
That I thought, well, shit, even if I just drive for this guy, I'll be home more.
Yeah.
But then again, with not having to risk being told, nah, you can't have that day off, I said, I'm just going to buy my own truck. Once I started seeing my kids getting older and older, I thought, I can't be told no. Like, even if it's a day where I just, you know what, I want to scratch my balls all day today, man.
Yeah.
I'm not coming to work. They've been itchy, and I've been wanting to give it some time. So, yeah.
I got you.
But
man.
that's not too much to weigh out. Just if as a driver now he's getting,
Yeah.
like you said, $1,000, he probably will triple his money, maybe
Yeah.
even quadruple his money in that same week period.
Yeah.
But it's because maybe a half of that goes right back to the truck.
It's going towards it.
Yeah,
Fuel,
fuel,
insurance.
insurance, and all your overhead, pretty much.
Gotcha. Interesting. Cool, man.
So off topic question real quick. When you say you're sleeping in your truck, is lot lizard a thing?
Lot lizards.
I've heard of that too.
Lot lizards.
I've heard of that too.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Is it really?
It's a thing, all right. Yeah, hell yeah. Check out my first lot
What?
lizard experience. Happened whilst riding shotgun with the old man.
You're with your pops.
Yeah, with my pops. We're at a truck. Actually, no, this isn't a truck stop. This is a gas station in Sacramento that you can fit a couple trucks in.
Mhm.
We're waiting for dispatch. We're trying to find out what's next. We're offloaded. Hey, let's get some breakfast.
Yeah.
Grab some breakfast. Bring it back to the truck. We're eating. And I'm a little kid, right?
Yeah.
Pops is being cool as fuck, and he's letting me play truck driver. So he jumps in the sleeper, and I'm over here acting truck driver. It's all good. After that, he comes back out of the sleeper, and he's like, hey, this fool didn't call me back. Oh, no, not yet. I'm rolling up to LA, though. I'm about to make a drop.
Okay.
I'm playing truck driver.
Yeah, yeah.
And he sat in the passenger seat for a little bit, and he started doing his nails. He's clipping his nails. And this lady just rolls up to my window, right? Mind you, we were in a cab over. So it's no hood.
Yeah, yeah.
We're high as hell, but the highest you can sit in the truck.
For sure.
And then I feel the truck move. I'm like, cabrón, am I really driving? And then I look over, I'm like, oh, fuck. Dude, she was missing teeth and everything. Oh, I'm sure.
No.
I don't know what she was offering, but it wasn't top. It wasn't top quality. I said, holy shit. And she said, hey, you want some company? And I look at my old man, hey, no. Dile que no. Dile que no. No. Okay. Oh. And she wouldn't leave. She hung on the
Still
fucking.
there.
I look back at my pops and he's like, dile que no. I already did. I did twice. I think in English and in Spanish. What the fuck? My dad's like, hey, get out of here. Get out. Motherfucker. Yeah, you heard him. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, you don't have to be an asshole about it. And I thought to myself, doesn't this bitch realize I'm fucking 11?
Oh, you were 11
I
at
was
the
a
time.
kid. I was a little
Oh.
kid, right? I'm like, what the fuck? Man, tú no hagas caso. Y no digas nada. Oh, no, I don't say nothing. I'm going to tell my friends, though.
That's
I'll tell my
funny,
friends
dude.
about it. But
That's
yeah, lot
funny.
lizards is definitely a
It's
thing.
definitely a thing.
Definitely a thing.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool. Wow, that's very interesting. So you did it for 22 years. So what? I mean, what's next? What's your plans now?
I think for me personally, it is going to be time to change careers.
Yeah.
Like I said, for my first two boys, I missed too much.
Okay.
With now I have a little girl now. I have a 5-year-old now.
Nice.
And I think the first 2 years, still me wanting to grind, me wanting to push, me wanting to this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
What slowed me down and kind of slapped me in the face was the pandemic. Right? We come home with our newborn baby, and I'm literally laying my wife in bed, and I have to punch in at 6 tonight, like at 6 o'clock today p.m.
Wow.
I got to punch in, and I don't punch out till 8 in the morning the next day.
Yeah.
So 3:30 in the afternoon, we're arriving back from the hospital, and I'm like, she says, call in sick, dude. Like you ain't slept shit at all. I said, nah, let me just go to. I gotta find out what I need for time off. You know, I gotta find out what's going on. So it was I went to work, and it was the day that we found out that the pinche pandemic was coming up, and people were gonna start being sent home.
Closing up. Yep.
I was like, well, hey, paid or unpaid? Like maybe I should just stick this out instead of requesting time off.
Yeah.
Let me stick this out and find out how they're gonna send people home. So those 2 weeks or so of having a newborn at home, and you know, one time I left, it was 2 in the morning. She called. She says, I cannot get up. Like, I cannot get up. It hurts so much. And the baby's
Wow.
crying.
Wow.
Holy shit. Like, you can't reach the baby? Like, you
Yeah.
fucking kidding me? Okay, I'm going home. I called boss man. I said, hey, man, I have a little bit of emergency. You know, I got a newborn, right? I got to go home, wait. I got to go home. I'll tell you all
Yeah.
about it later.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, fuck that. Go drive your truck to the yard, go home. So, coming to find out, they're gonna send us home, but they don't know if it's pay or no pay. I'm like, ni madres, way. I gotta apply for the whatever daddy time off or whatever you get.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Which again, they all fucking laughed at me. I was like, oh, what? Did you give birth? I gotta help the old lady out.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. No doubt.
But I took those. I think they gave me 3 weeks or so or something like that. Plus, I had a week of my time, PTO or something,
Yeah.
and they're taking a month off. Then after that, they called us all in. I know you're off, wait, but you got to come in because you're part of the rotation. Hey, let me be first. Fuck, if you're going to fire anybody,
Yeah.
let me be first. So I rolled over into unemployment because, yeah, they let half of us go. And I think that's what's like, bro, what the fuck am I doing out there? Like,
Yeah.
I have to do this. If I'm going to do this one more time and that's it, because we said this same line about the two boys. Let me be gone and out and about while they don't have they don't miss me
Yeah.
because they don't know what that's like. They don't feel that part.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna do this again with her, the 2-3 years before she starts asking where's dad,
Yeah.
I have to do something solid. Which again, finish paying off the house.
Yeah.
Don't fuck around. That's what I was trying to go back to the oil fields for. Either I'm
Yeah.
gonna save for my ride, or I'm gonna save to just. I don't want any more bills like this.
Interesting.
Fluctuating of work.
Yeah.
It's got you fucked up.
Yeah.
They don't care. They want that payment. You know.
Right. Right.
So it was like the wake up call, right? Like the
Gotcha.
beginning of, yeah, I got to do something else because I'm gonna fuck around, go truck driving, and be back on time for the little Jainas quinceañera, and that's it.
Yeah.
Life over. Like
Yeah.
this is like, what am I? I'm 40. What do I got left? A good 10, 15? Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't want to spend them on the road.
That's right.
So that was yeah. So that's when I kind of figured like, yeah, I think it's time to look for something else. Look
That
for a
makes
different
sense.
career. Look for something. So I would again because I kind of it's hard to relive everything, right?
Yeah.
But I wanted to have been there for the boys whenever they called about trouble at school
Yeah.
or problems at the park, something down the street. The neighbor punked me, shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to be around for that. So for me,
sure.
I'm thinking either I'm gonna run into something that puts me in the school system. Somewhere inside of
Oh, okay,
you
cool.
know,
Yeah,
hell, I'll be
yeah.
the janitor at the school. You
That's
know what I mean?
yeah, for
So
sure.
long as I'm there, so long
Yeah.
as if they, I don't know how it works, right? But
Yeah.
like teachers, right?
That's
They
cool, man.
work a certain amount of time and then they have like a whole ass fucking summer off.
Dude, they have like 3 months off.
Right,
Yeah,
bro. I
for
was
sure.
still grinding. My kids
Yeah.
at the house, chilling, playing games,
Yeah.
calling daddy. That's how I started playing that Call of Duty mobile, right? Because I couldn't play with them
That's awesome, dude.
daily. I couldn't
Yeah.
play with them there.
Yeah.
They're like, well, you can play with us online.
Get online,
I
yeah.
said, what the fuck's play? He
That's
hooked
sweet.
it up, bro. When I bought my own truck, he
Sick.
hooked it up. Like,
Nice.
but where to put the iPad, the control, you got Wi-Fi in the pinche RAM. Like, get down. Let's
Nice.
do it.
Nice.
I'd pull over sometimes. I'm having lunch. And I was like, it's about that time. Hey, are you guys home? Yeah, we just pulled up. Fool,
Just get
jump with
online.
me.
Get
Yeah,
online.
get on one with me. I hate that fucking game. I'm not that good at it. They fuck me up all the time.
Yeah.
Especially when I was first learning. I'm like, come on. I just
Yeah.
spawned and then. Oh, chingada. You guys having a field trip with
These
this.
kids are good at that game, man.
Yeah, hell
It's
yeah.
almost
But
impossible.
that's what it was for me. It was just now I want something. Well, again, let's not take away that the kids could probably stay home a bit longer than 18.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I get to be home for that. Like
That's awesome, man. Yeah.
his now driving and shit, right? Every time we go to the
Yeah.
store, Dad, can I drive? Hell yeah, man!
Yeah.
I got a chauffeur. You let chingada
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So I can't wait for those days too. But
Yeah.
also because now that I got a chance to again start from scratch with
That's
this little
awesome,
girl,
man.
let's be home more.
That's
Let's
sweet.
again, like the earlier question, your brother jumping into the business, not for the money, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, it's not worth all that feria.
Right.
Because I rather not. Like for example, the last year, owner operating, I think it was like 383 that year.
Yeah.
I don't care about $383,000. I just don't. I want to be home.
For
And
sure.
all of 2024, because again the year ended, and I thought, oh fucking shit, I didn't make no feria. I didn't make shit this year.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
Didn't
it
matter.
didn't fucking matter, bro. I've got
Yeah.
all kinds of memories and pictures, and now my phone has an app where I don't know. My son did it. I think it's the where you go to your pictures, but
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
big
yeah.
icon now,
Yeah.
and little pictures fly by there. I was there for these. They didn't text me these.
That's
I
right.
took these fucking pictures.
That's right.
Worth every dollar I could have made still
Yeah.
truck driving.
Oh yeah. Like say you went back to 19 years old. Was it something you would still do, or would you switch it up and do something else?
If I was
If you
19
could- if you could
years
go
old
back.
again, I fucked off the first year. Probably the wrong
Yeah.
question. 'Cause, yeah, man, I think I was poor my whole life. You know,
Yeah.
I was poor. Fucking worked minimum wage jobs everywhere throughout high school, and I had my
Same.
little hustles, but I never made
Same, bro. Yeah.
I never made bank. I never made cool
Yeah.
money. So, a couple of the strip clubs got to know me really well during that first year. So it's like,
Yeah.
I think I'd give that up. I think, like I said, right now, it's not worth it to go owner operate again. Because
Okay.
again, not to like show off 300,000, bro. That's not even mine.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm telling you, a good half of that goes right back into the business.
Yeah.
The other half, you can again, and then maybe because you did put some money away
Right.
or whatever. But
Right.
if I were to say at 19 all over again, first of all, but I would give up some of the fuck off that I did,
Yeah.
like right now, if I were to say relive it, I almost feel like I have the chance to, obviously I'm not going to be the one to relive it, but I
Yeah.
have a chance to tell the morrillo, hey, wait, stay with us, stay here.
Gotcha.
Go make you 6 figures driving a truck, even if it's not ours.
Yeah.
Go make you 6 figures driving a truck. Do that for about 2-3 years, and then go buy you a fucking house.
Gotcha.
Like enough of this. Oh, let's see how quickly we can get you approved. Fuck approved. My dad got approved. My grandpa got approved. I got approved.
Yeah.
Why do you have to get approved?
Right.
Go get you a fucking house.
Yeah.
Look at the house that you think you want. Dream.
Yeah.
What house do you want to have? What lifestyle are you looking for? What do you need? Gather all that up
Yeah.
as a young man, because I didn't gather all that up, and I was able to retire at 40. Mind you, 100%, bro. I was able to retire because of my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't have another somebody backing you up, you ain't fucking going nowhere but back to work and
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
For sure.
So we kind of did line that up somewhat for
Gotcha.
not for it to happen this soon,
Yeah.
but because the little girl came, because the financial part was cool,
Yeah.
fuck it, retire.
Yeah.
In the sense that change careers. I'm not gonna go to work ever again. I'm just trying to find something else that's first and foremost local. Um, like when I went back to the car lot, right? 2024 September, last little bit of the year, it was for me to have a reason to put pants on. It was for me to work my base off of that. But when I fucked around and found out you guys work 6 hours a day. You guys work from 8:30 to 1:30, 2 o'clock. You punch out. What the fuck? This is a part time. I work 18 a day on a regular shift. Like what the fuck is? I'm wanting to find something.
Bro, so also like I have a little story for you as well. So I have a friend who started dating a truck driver,
Uh-oh.
and they dated for like 6 months, 8 months or so. They were getting pretty. It seemed like they were getting pretty serious, and so she introduced the guy to her kids because she had 2 kids. And also introduced them to us, all the friends and everybody like that. So cool guys, the coolest guy you would never think. I mean, this guy seemed cool as hell, dude. Like we would hang out, have beers together. We would go out in town, go out and have dinners and stuff like that, double dates. But after like 8 months to 9 months, turns out we get a call one day. And turns out that he has a whole nother family in another state, dude.
Shit, man.
He was a truck driver, bro. And so we're like, what? No way. Like I would have never thought, bro. Like he got me good.
Like
I was starting to fall in
it's
love
not
with this
just,
guy,
it's
bro.
not just that he's a truck driver, he's an actor. Like he
Yeah.
done had a whole ass other family.
A whole another family, bro.
Damn.
Yeah. So I guess my question is like, is that a thing? Because I mean, truck drivers, like, I mean, I feel like they have, I mean, they could really, some are going cross country.
Yeah.
They're gone for a couple weeks, 3 weeks, maybe. I could see how that can be possible, you know? So
It's now it is very
thing,
common in this business. And it's wow, it's a trip. See, I have a lot of stories
Really?
and again, most of my co-workers, characters I ever met out there were dudes, right?
Yeah.
I worked in an environment, all dudes.
yeah.
And every now and again, I'll bump into 1 or 2 dudes who are like, yeah, no, I'm just gotta be faithful to my wife. Come on. Because, they're
Gotcha.
like, oh, come on, we're
Yeah,
truck
yeah.
drivers.
Yeah,
Whoop.
yeah.
If you're going to be faithful
Yeah.
as a truck driver in a group of truck drivers,
Yeah.
don't fucking tell them. They'll fucking clown you. They'll have you by the balls.
Is that
but
right?
In that particular story, the wives were cheating. Or the one wife, right? I knew a couple guys who they were cool. They weren't fucking around.
Holy
But you fuck
smokes.
around and find out that the wife was cheating.
Yeah.
So I'm saying about it, as common as it is for the driver to be cheating, then the wife, probably the driver, right?
Okay, yeah,
He's
yeah,
out
for
and
sure.
about. He's got to get fed,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That it's probably more so the driver. Again, the
Gotcha.
wife gets lonely too, right?
Yeah.
He's gone all the time, and
100%.
she's going to have to get fed too.
That's right.
But I mean, I know a few characters who, even in their careers, they swapped sisters.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, and again, right, coming from Mexico to the States, you somehow, some way, every story has it to where you left someone behind, right?
Yeah.
And on this side of the fence, it's fair game.
That's right.
Fair game.
Yeah.
So I guess what ended up happening here was, he's working here, sending money home, back home, I guess, and in the gist of things, the sister moves out here, or immigrates, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Comes out here. He helps out, pays the coyote or whatever, get her out here.
Oh, shoot.
Stay here a few. I'm never home anyway.
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
use the apartment. Blah blah blah. But again, he's got to come and restock up on the clothes, and the cuñada must have been there ironing and getting her end of the bargain paid for.
Yeah.
And then it turned into
just
something
led to that.
because she ended up having a kid while I was still driving. I thought that was his wife the whole time. I wasn't getting in anyone's business, but I was shifting gears, moving the steering wheel. Shit gets on the vine. Hey, what's up? Bro. And again, to keep each other awake, all kinds of stories.
Yeah.
I'm going to say a good 70% of them were fucking lies. But this one I got to confirm, right?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
yeah. You know, did you hear about fulano de tal? Oh, shit, nah. What's going on? This fucking pervert, hey, pero he must be chiludo as hell. Like, whoa, wait, where is this going? Where are we talking about the size of the fierro here? What's going on? Yeah, this fool left his wife back home. And word has it that the one he has at his apartment now is her younger sister. Wait a minute, what?
Dang, dude.
No way, this can't be way. They have a baby that saw the morrillo the other day. He had him in the sleeper. Yeah, that's the morrillo he had with her here, the sister here.
The sister.
So dead ass, this fool divorced his wife in Mexico and remarried here with with the younger, less mild. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's pretty crazy. Yeah, pretty crazy.
Holy
I think in truck driving, it's probably more often than not the dude.
The guy, yeah.
Because first and foremost, I think the dude doesn't have to be a truck driver to do what dudes do, right?
Yeah.
So I think the truck driving would probably just be either a helper as to where he's at, or even the main helper because he's gone all the time. Especially if you got a sleeper and you're over the road, you're
for sure
from one state to another. You could literally, like you just said, have a whole ass other situation in a different state.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude.
Damn,
crazy. Yeah, you should have seen my face when I mean, the guy sold me on it, bro. I was starting to like this guy, bro. You know, so yeah, it was crazy. Interesting story there for sure. but yeah, man. So that's cool. Really cool stuff, man. I mean, for the new generation, you know, obviously you have younger ones, and you know, they're close to becoming adults and everything like that. What kind of advice could you give like this younger generation that are about to become adults, and how to look at life and how to really get started on their journey as being adults?
I think if like I keep telling my boy this, if for whatever reason or another he decides to jump on a truck, I mean, I think for us, our situation, the way we're set up is we're probably going to have to put him in a truck, right? I'll just reactivate my permits and what have you. Because at 18, who's going to give him a job fresh out from the DMV with a shiny new license? Not a whole lot of people are going to just, I can imagine the premium.
Yeah.
But I think it would be more so like, put your money away right away. Give yourself that time. For example, my biggest thing is when I left home, bro, I left broke.
Yeah.
I hear the story of my pops when he left home, and obviously he left another fucking country, right?
Yeah.
He came over here. He left broke, obviously to make it better over here.
Yeah.
Is that why repeat the same story 3 times? Don't leave broke. You know, if you are going to jump in a truck and either or driver or owner operator, pay yourself as a driver, that cool salary, right? Maybe a couple cha-chings on top of it, but pay yourself as a driver and put your money away so that you can, again, not that you're going to change your mind. I just happened to change my mind. Had I not gotten a little girl, maybe I wouldn't have changed my mind. You know, I'd have been grinding still.
Yeah.
But if you are, for example, just because of the money, right? I don't know if he sees the glory of wow, look at the feria, look at this, look at that. Or if it's like, oh, damn, looking up to my old man. Like, he's this little and he's driving a big old monster and shit.
Yeah.
So it's put your money away because fuck around and find out that you want to do something else later.
For sure.
And with a house payment, with the baby payment, with the, you know, all those bills that come along, it's hard to change, man. And there towards the end of my career, there were times, because I worked hard my whole fucking life, dude. The entire 21 years, I went to work sick. I had plugs up my nose holding up the mocos because I had to get this load delivered.
That's right.
If it wasn't a birthday or an anniversary, I was on the road. I was gone.
Yeah.
Weekends? What weekends? My weekends are when I'm at the pad with my kids and my wife. You know what I mean? That's my weekend.
That's right.
It could be a random-ass Tuesday or a Monday. Yeah. But the very last year, I knew I was good. I knew it was over. It was done. If I felt like this hair stood up, and I just didn't want to go to work. I just didn't. I called dispatch. I'm like, hey, man, count me out for the day. I'm taking it personal, I'm taking a personal day.
For sure.
Couple of times on purpose because we're in the middle of building this big-ass Lego machine. We're trying to find out what it looks like when we're done. We didn't finish it last night.
That's awesome.
I'm taking tomorrow off. Again, don't get me in trouble, but if they had to miss school, they would.
Yeah.
School isn't a huevo.
Yeah.
I'll take them to school when I'm ready and willing. Today they're taking it personal with me.
That's
and
right.
We're gonna build this Lego set.
That's awesome.
But if I was still with high premiums, if I still had bills, if I still had my house payment, if I truck payment, fuck this Lego set. We'll finish it next Tuesday. I gotta go to sleep now. I gotta get on the road.
Yeah.
That's where, again, if I didn't have my kids young, I had my kids in my 20s.
Yeah.
If my kid wants to start having his kids with a house paid off, he could take any day off. He could take any time off. He could say, I'm parking the truck for a month.
Yeah.
And to hell with, I'll pay the premium. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Because when you leave broke, you start from not they say, oh yeah, from your own boots and strap them on it. No, you start barefooted.
Yeah.
I gotta go find me some boots. Yeah, damn it.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, just don't leave broke. You know what I mean? If you can, like I said, if you can stay, go make you a 6-figure salary. Because again, that's what a truck driver career is nowadays.
That's right.
Man. You start off making a good 110 a year. Go make you some 6 figures for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And again, don't repeat the third time that Rogelio Valencia has to go get approved for a house.
Yeah.
Go buy the house that you've got the money in the bank for.
Yeah.
Because this payment lifestyle is just not what I'm trying to teach the next generation. Don't leave broke.
Don't leave broke.
Is my main line. Just have some money when you leave.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I like that. No, well, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on the podcast, and we'll see you here again, I'm sure.
Hell yeah.
And then we're gonna do maybe a life update on what was next and what you did after, and what the next journey is. And yeah, man, I'm excited. Maybe I'll take you golfing one of these days.
Oh hell yeah,
that'd be
I
pretty
like
cool.
it.
That'd be awesome. But thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode, and let's get it, man. Pleasure.
Alrighty. See you.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.